I'm still at a stage in my life where I refuse personally to believe that the game that I am playing right here and right now is called Paper Mario: The Origami King, and not Paper Mario and the Origami King. And supposedly this has been the naming scheme the entire time. It has never been And the Thousand Year Door. Ooh, stars. Looking clean. Anyways, that's not a new thing that I just learned. It just continues to confuse me. That's some Berenstain shit. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I went on my journey to 100% this game and see the true end. So I don't actually remember where I am completion-wise, but I feel like where I last left off, I was like really close. So let's take a look chapter by chapter and see what we're looking at here. Oh! So I finished up this chapter. I don't remember having chapter 2 finished, so that's a helpful thing to have. We got a little bit in chapter 3, but barely anything. Just a little bit in Shroom City. And chapter 4 I know for a fact is done. Chapter 5 went by really fast. And chapter 6 is done. So just like a little bit of 1 and 3. And then the awful other 100% completion requirements, but this is a good sign, I think. I think this looks like a doable amount of content for the night, so without further ado, let's jump right in. By jump right in, I mean jump the heck out of here, because I gotta find a pipe to go back home, which may or may not be over here. Man, it's good to be back, though. I missed this game. It's a shame that I stepped away from it for as long as I did, but Mario 64 demands what it demands. And this fucking music, too? Like, honestly, how dare I? Like, even just this bass. Mwah. This thing of beauty. Anyways, time to get stuck on a baby puzzle for beginners. Press Y for... Oh, louder cheers. Yeah. I mean, but you would think... Oh, yeah, this is an easy one. I was trying to make 2 squares. My head was in, like, a different place. Yeah, Griffin Ellipsis. But you know what? In a sense, I miss it. It's good to be back. Also, game audio is looking a little quiet. I kind of forget what my Paper Mario settings are, so I'll turn this up by like, 5 decibels. No, the pipe is at like the very beginning of this chapter, right? If I can get through here, there's like a shortcut back, I'm pretty sure. No, this is the boulder. There's a pipe back there, and I think that's what leads there? I've got to get like reacquainted with my... There it is, with my surroundings here. Hey guys, remember Gumby? Jackie, that concerns me. Not for any, like, Gumby-related reason. Just your interest in Gumby just makes me suddenly kind of distrust it. Right. Now I'm back where I need to be, and fuck that minigame. I'm not doing that on stream. Yeah, I'm just like... just kind of looking at this and just taking it all in silently. Like, I'm really just remembering how visually... how much I adored this game. I'm really, like, falling in love with the visual style all over again. Oh, that's right. The pipe is next to Shogun Studios, so I would have to take the tram to Overlook Mountain, which is perfect for me, because that's where we need to find more toads, more chests, and more blocks. Much to my dismay. Yeah, but do you? Why are you scared of me having Gumby knowledge? I guess primarily the fear of what you'll do with that knowledge. That is all. Alright, what kind of trackers do we have right now? What kind of treasure tracker? Actually, that is literally what I have equipped. Okay, so. I don't think I have everything for Overlook Mountain, but let me get the map screen good to go so I can, like, compare. Alright, we have all the toads, all the holes, not all the treasures, and not all the blocks. 60% is a little bit embarrassing for me, though. Gotta admit. Because, like, I don't know. On my own time, I first go through, I feel like I was really thorough. I'm like, man, I found so much cool shit here. Not so. Not Tito? Not Tito. Is a VeggieTales Esther, the girl who would become queen reference for all you veggie heads in chat. I did like a group viewing of that with Max the other day. And for some reason that vid just happens to really get me, and I wish I could tell you why. Oh, Sour Please indeed. This was a piece of music that like really blew me away when I first came in through here. It's so good. Honestly, I don't trust Gumby. See, I think we need more people like Femi. Maybe you can like go down here. There's like more hidden ramps somewhere here. Not Tito? Not Tito. Oh, you know what? I bet I know where there is an invisible block. It's a time for you to die! What if I jump right here? I fucking knew it, and that's 100% of the blocks, baby. I don't even need a tracker, a sensor. I've got it built into my gamer nose. Same energy as not Lenny. I don't know that one. I feel like Gumby would try to convert me or something, but to be fair, I have not consumed Gumby media since the literal 90s, I think. Well, we are in a chapter where there are literal Koopas who try to convert you, so I don't know. I've gotten that one. Yeah, I haven't done anything that makes like the dingler go off, which is what confuses me. And this is where you enter from, so I don't think there's any treasure there. Let's go further up the mountain, because that's where I haven't looked yet. God, this music is just delightful. And just because it's been a while, just to reiterate, when it says collectible treasures, am I looking specifically for treasure chests, or does that mean like the statues, right? Because that could be a tricky difference to sort out. Because sometimes you can get them as like prizes in mini games and stuff. It's not always necessarily a direct find it in a chest affair. It's not back there. That's just a block, so we can write that off. Okay. I'm honestly scared of these Chapter 1 battles. I don't know why. They get me in really stupid ways. I forget if I've been here or not. I mean, I don't see any. This is probably where a toad was, I bet. I think I've had that realization before. It's the statues themselves. Sometimes they're not in chests. Oh, that's exactly what I was fearing. Yeah, no, the context is that the king and his right-hand man, like Esther just walks in and they're playing fucking Trivial Pursuit. And the question is, who is the youngest Jackson? And the king keeps guessing, is it Tito? And the right-hand man says, no, not Tito. Not Tito? Not Tito. Oh, I really thought it was Tito. That's all it is. I don't know why I find it so funny. No, I don't think it is back here. I'm still not getting any dingles. Oh, wait, no. This might be where there are dingles. Visualization is how you really get good at a game like this. I sure wish I could visualize a fucking chest. Air soccer. I think I remember these lads. That one's a little bit embarrassing. Paper Macho Shy Guy, of course. But that's not all of them. There's more. But wait. Hey, mouse pads. Hi, Neon Blue. What about them? I talked a little bit about that during Sonic R, but I guess in case you didn't, why are you so angry at this pipe? This pipe leads to the Earth Elemental Temple over on Picnic Road. Before those goons wanted me able to do a soccer ball, it was my job to stare at it angrily. Okay, if you say so. But yeah, I just shipped those out recently. No, I don't want to go here. But for the longest time, that was, those opened up last month, but I put, like, a really long processing time on it, because I had never, like, shipped stuff like that before. So I wanted to figure out, like, the postal system, which was not hard at all. Probably didn't need to put that much time on it. But yeah, so... I'll get to that later. Let me start with this. So... The shipping process, it's like, that part's easy. You just go, you give them the package, you buy a label, they slap it on. That's kind of, oh, that's a jump scare. And I fell for it. That part is easy. And at first I'm like, wow, this is fine. I'm doing great. Is this really the whole puzzle? Wow, it really is. Really? And for a brief moment, I was feeling good about myself. But then, this fucking lady comes in next to me, and she's like, "Hi, I've got a package from South Korea." Like really white sounding, like, and she was like, super professional. Like, she'd been there a million times before. She knew what she was doing. Like, at the end of the day, I think the fact that I figured it out all is a little bit of an achievement. But then I just like had this like sudden moment like dawn on me. I'm like, oh, I don't sound like that. Do I sound weird? I think I sound weird. That's how normal people sound. And like I'm like filling out this label. I've like got these multiple packages. It is like a little bit cumbersome relative to fucking that. And I'm like still kind of mumbling, and I'm like wearing a mask, and the person I'm working with like doesn't like hear me very clearly, and I have to like repeat everything a dozen times. And so she comes in like after me and leaves before me. I'm like, oh, I think I need to get out more. Might have a potential lawsuit on my case, so time to kill. Unnecessary spending. Sorry, I read that wrong. I read that as you have time to kill. You're saying it is time to kill unnecessary spending regarding the mouse pads. Mumbler. Yeah, work-related. Yeah, Neon Blue, you lead a fascinating life just based on the things that you say in chat. It's powerful, honestly. I don't know, I just thought that was, like, fascinating to think about, because, like, I mean, this kind of goes for everyone these days, but I just haven't been really getting out lately. So I haven't, like, compared myself to people like that. Oh, you know what? I bet the treasure is you. It sure is. You know, this ain't the only fishing hole around. You could use these skills elsewhere. And there's this one fish in particular that's been getting my goat for years. Goes by Monster Energy. Yeah, most fish don't got names, but this one does. Probably got a whole house built out of broken poles and dreams down there. You catch that one, you coming back and give me a listen. Go fishing. No. Let's see if I can remember this from ages ago. So one of these is gonna be a treasure. Do I have to, like, catch the big one? Is that my secret? Griffin be like, Big Mumbus. See, what's worse about this story is that the next day, I had to ship something else. And like, okay, well, I guess I kind of sounded weird. I got in my own head about it, and I'm like, okay. So how am I going to approach it this time? It's like that fucking Lemmy, the Lemmy show bit, where he goes to the swimming pool, and he can't think of what to say when he comes in the door. It's literally it was for me. Like, I came in and I put the package on the desk, and instead of like mumbling or like trying to speak more clearly, I just froze and I didn't say fucking anything. And the person's like looking at me weirdly, and she's like, okay. And she's like looks at the package, because, you know, if I fucking like at least said the name of a location, that would be better or something, like, right? Oh, it was so fucking embarrassing. You also have to get Monster Blooper, too. There is a fishing achievement. There are other achievements to go for besides just, like, getting all the treasures, but I don't know if that's what I want to go for now. So do I have to catch, like, one of these, or am I just waiting for the blooper? Maybe I just need a big boy, and then the Koopa will be like, wow, your meat is huge and you're sexy as hell. Have my trophy. Damn it. Not here. See, that's a baby. So I think there's just, like, plenty of big boys to go around. That leaf scared the shit out of me. I thought that, I'm like, what kind of fish is that? Yeah, you know, like, you're normal, right? Hey, that's pretty big. Nice car. The cheap print. Whatever that means. Oh, I guess for the museum. So you can tell where you've been, where you haven't. You shouldn't go out considering it's a pandemic, but after, you really should get out more. Yeah, I've caught up on all the orders except one. And I will reiterate, if you are watching and you live in an English town of 900 people, and you provided me a first name, but no last name, and the number 14, but no address, then please check your Etsy account or the provided email address, because I've been trying to contact you for a week, and I need you to update your information so I can ship you the mouse pad. Thank you. Like, I've got, like, the Etsy seller app. I'm like, on my phone. I see the little one notification, because when you have outstanding orders, that's what it gives you. I wanted to get that, like, a week ago. Like, come on. Like, what do I do in a situation like that? I want to get it out as soon as I can, but they haven't gotten back to me as of yet. It's been driving me nuts. It's been consuming. I refresh my emails so often. If you are living in an English town, why are you British? No, I've certainly, like, by far been the best of anybody I know as far as staying indoors. Like, going out for shipping that stuff was, like, the only time that I'd done it. And they had, like, glass shields too, so it helps, I think. Makes me feel better, at least. Griffin just called literally every number in the phone book. Duh. Well, the thing is that they did provide a postal code, but I don't know if that's, like, enough? Because I looked that up, and that did provide me a street name. But then that would just be like... That's me guessing. That's not information that they provided me. And at that point, I might, like, wind up sending it to the wrong place, and I don't want to do that. And if that were to be the situation, you know, it would clear it up, providing a last name. Good nature noises, though. I'm gonna go for this one. Far out here. Ooh, that was clean. It's actually more like 800, if I recall correctly. Now that's a big boy. That's a big fish. See, but the Koopa's freaking out about this one, so is that worth a trophy? You know, this ain't the only... No, come... No! It's still out there somewhere. Griffin, this is a game you 100% on toilet breaks and at 3 a.m.s when you can't sleep. Not on stream. I'm not going for all, like, for some of the dumber ones. I just want to get, like, all the toads and all the treasures. And it says there's a treasure here, so that's right. That's why I'm here. No. And I'm enjoying my time. I mean, I'm not enjoying my time with the fishing, but I find, like, hunting all the little things down still very satisfying. Like, the way these spaces are designed is really fun to repeatedly explore, so I'm still a fan. And this is like the last, like I've come this far. This is the last one that I need to do. The last session, I'm pretty sure. As far as, you know, the toads and the treasures go. And then the plan is to do the rest of the dumb non-treasure things off stream. And then I'll come back one more time, check out the new ending, and that'll be it. So we're pretty close.
Doesn't like I've really got much else going on my schedule anyways.
So Tyler, as someone who has been up at 3 a.m. on the toilet and trying to 100% this game, how do you get the treasure here? Is it like a certain size or shape of fish that I'm looking for? Or do I just need to keep going after the big boys? Who's to say Tyler isn't sitting in a bathroom right now? Nobody knows. Man, 29 months though. Thank you for the sub regardless. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Mario Sunshine / Mario Galaxy though. I want to put like breaks between the Mario games. I don't want to like burn myself out on the 3D platformers. Because once you're through with the mainline 3D ones, what else am I gonna stream? Fucking, Super Mario Baseball Wii, Super Sluggers. Pretty sure the treasure is left up here, actually. I am going to prove something to you. I'm going to prove something to you right now, Tyler. You're going to regret giving me that advice. No, not Tyler, you. Oh! I already have this one, but I had the treasure tracker turned on, and when I walk near this, it dingles. Explain that, atheists. Okay, but yeah, October, I want to mainly dedicate to, you know, Game Over, as is tradition, hence why we're here, and some Halloween stuff. And I've got more planned. I've been working so hard over the past, like, month, really. I started on, like, October 1st, and that's a top secret project, and I want to get it done by the end of the month. I've been going at, like, breakneck speeds to get this done, but rest assured that there are other big Halloween plans. And also, at some point, Alan Wake. I haven't checked if it's, like, on the Xbox store still, like, its availability. I really should. But if that's the case, that's probably starting in the next few days. And that probably shouldn't take too long, because it's, like, a kind of a mini side game. And then November, we got the Pathless dropping. That's going to be day one. That's probably going to be when Sunshine kicks in, because, you know, a little month breather between September with 64 and then November with Sunshine. 2021 is going to be Galaxy. And then I guess that's kind of... I don't think there's any other big games that I'm really looking forward to at the moment. I've gotten so many chat members recommending Hades to me, and listen, I was on the fence when it first came out on the Switch, and like it like had a launch sale, but it's not on sale anymore, so now I'm considering it even less. Oh shit! Age of Calamity, of course. That one's also going to be day one, so that's probably what there's going to be to look forward to in November. As far as October goes, there are more plans than what I've mentioned, but a lot of it I want to be like, you know, surprises. So, I don't know, keep an eye out. And I'll try to get as much as I can out as soon as possible, because my streaming schedule is a little bit unreliable, so I gotta make the most of the time that I have. There he is! He's a speedy boy! It's Bowser! Oh! Folded Bowser. What did I tell you? Griffin, I am 100% certain that there are no treasures in the fish. Don't make me do it, Tyler. Way to go, you caught a collectible treasure. Why did that take so long to show up? What to hell? Well, it's designed for toilets, so that's, I guess, after the average toilet time. You've caught all the treasures in this fishing spot. Guess bad luck. What else is new?
See, Griffin, I have a video game that has monsters in it.
I am listening, Jackie. You know, this isn't the only hole around. I know a couple holes. Wait, but is that all the treasures? It is! That's 100% for Overlook Mountain. Hell yes! So we got Picnic Road, Graffiti Underground is done. Oh, Toad Town is included in this Chapter 1 total, though. Whispering Woods is done, so that's a good sign. There's more to do in the Earth Elemental Temple, believe it or not. Overlook Tower also has more to find. So we'll probably do that up next, I think. We'll kind of start at the top and then work our way backwards down Picnic Road and into Toad Town. Keaton's holes? I mean, I was speaking in the Koopa voice. So the bit that he was referring to himself was the bit that I was doing there. But I suppose I'd be happy to talk about Keaton's too. Although that would be a different product that is not available for order at this moment. Have you heard of a cool video game name of Doom? Jackie, the monsters in Doom are not sexy. I'm sorry. Doom is 0% a Griffin game. I mean, if I were to play any shooter, I think, like, people have said that, like, at least the 2016 one, mechanically, is, like, very Nintendo-y in terms of, like, how its movement and controls and, yeah, its mechanics are, like, all laid out. So maybe one day there'd be something there for me, and I probably would enjoy it. Also, this is a nice, like, repaired Overlook Tower theme. I like this music. But I don't see me tackling those anytime soon. The ones in Hades are sexy. Everyone in Hades is sexy. Hades sexy. Hades does have a lot of sexy. I will reiterate that I have difficulty convincing myself to make $5 purchases, let alone $30 purchases of a game from a developer whose games that I've never played, in a genre whose games that I've never played. I have very little confidence whether or not I will enjoy. Treasure here? Psst! I found this sitting with all the construction supplies when they were fixing up the place. Griffin thinks FE characters are hot but won't play Hades. Wow. You look at this image and tell me otherwise. You want it? I got no use for it. You did play a shooter, though. Griffin, you bought Regina and Mac twice! Well, I've never thought about it like that before. I guess I don't have any rights. See, and that's why I can't afford anything else. Alright, well that's 50% of the treasures. Let's see what else is around here. Griffin, you buy Apple products. I have not done so in a long time. I don't know. I like that the 12 mini exists as somebody who loves the size of the 5S. God, I still think that the 5 and 5S are like my favorite generation of iPhone. Just in size, in hardware design. That bluish slate color of the iPhone 5. It does something to me. And this newest generation brings a lot of that to the table for me. But it's not enough, because right now I have a 10. I went from a 5S to a 10, and that's too big for me. If I were to get a new one, it would be the mini, but I don't need a new one right now. But it's gonna be nice when I do, if they keep the mini line going. Because, God, I have such tiny, tiny uke hands, and I need a tiny, tiny phone. Like, you never know where you're gonna find a treasure. It could be in the telescope. You got the stinky monitor, Griffin. Yeah, that's a cinema display from 2011. It is not the Pro Display XDR. That is such a funny fucking product to me that they went from a $999 external monitor to a $5,000/$6,000 one that doesn't come with the stand. That's $1,000 on top of that. There's also a $1,000 anti-glare option, and if this is a product category you are at all interested in, I would highly recommend. I think the channel is called like HD TV Review or something, but they actually get like the $40,000 like Sony Hollywood displays that Apple was comparing it to in all their marketing and in their keynotes and stuff. And they go head to head and they're like, yeah, this display has a ton of blooming and its black levels aren't worth shit. So to see it get like completely destroyed like that when that was the one reason that they used to justify the price is really funny. But I'm never getting one of those in my lifetime for a multitude of reasons. If I ate a carrot, would I weigh as much as 2 carrots? Guys, quick, I don't know math. How many doors? I just streamed from your Apple Watch like Jeb would. Do I smell like compost? This is actually an amazing meal. What meal? What? Everything is back in its place. My job here is done. My Jeb. I was hoping something was going to be in there. I'm going to your house right now to destroy the little Tim Cook in a devil costume sitting on your nightstand. Little Tim Cook in a devil costume reminds me of how a teacher at one of the religious schools was saying something like, pray before they step out of bed in the morning or else the devil would slash their Achilles tendon? Oh my god! We're back open, and you'll never pay for a meal in this tower as long as I work here, Mario. Can I eat the trophy? I'm feeling pretty hungry for one of those right now. Bet it's in the kitchen. Hey, we're back open, and it's all thanks to you, Mario. Why don't you take a little something on the house, The chef's truly wild special. I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Like the devil is just hanging out under the bed. Well, that's true. In fact, I hope it's true, so I can crawl under there. Mario's like, can I speak to the manager? Who is your supervisor? That's what the next Mario game is going to be. You're going to go to the title screen. He's going to say, Supervisor! When I was little, I was scared the devil would jump out of the toilet and... Why the toilet? Ye olde gift shoppy. Probably would have been faster to take the stairs. Well, that should be the tower completed if I'm not missing any blocks, which I am not, so let's get out of here. Mario's going to leave a bad review. The devil needs to really do better. I agree. Me in particular. My toilet made scary noises! Putting the fear of the devil into the mind of a child will do that, I guess. I've talked about this multiple times, but have I guys told you about a YouTube video called A Letter from Hell? I mean, I have. I guess the question is more so, have you heard of it yet? I don't know, I mean, the very first episode of Origami King was talking about, like, weird fucking religious stories. Like, there's treasure. Oh, to buy. Cool. Don't mind if I do. Salvation is near. Yeah, I'm not seeing any yeses, but, yeah, we were, like, moving furniture around into, like, a room. I think it was my room. No. It was a room where the TV had to be, like, moved out of where it usually was. So it was sitting in the hallway. And so I spent a lot of my time in the hallway for a little bit. And my dad comes along. And he brings my brother with him. And he's like, kids, I need to show you something. And my dad fell for, like, those, like, clickbait, you know, chain email things all the time. I have to assume this is how he found it. But it was a YouTube video You know, he plugged his laptop in. Dear pesky plumbers. Whoa, I can almost feel the power surging beneath my feet. And he shows us this, like, Windows Movie Maker, red text on black background, scary font. It was a letter from hell. And it was voice acted, too. It was, like, this dude. He's like, I wish I had done things differently. That little girl down the street, she doesn't believe in God. And now she's down here with me. And there's like screaming, and so my dad says, and remember kids, this is why you always believe in God, or else you go to hell. If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. Is there nothing down here? To my ex. Fuck you. Fuck your stupid cartoon hot dog husband, fuck his stupid sunglasses, and fuck the ketchup kids! And fuck their sunglasses! That reminds me a little bit of, fuck, what is it? The Man from Boston? Or something like that? I miss that guy. If you're not aware, he rants at the camera about his honest opinions. And there's one video he did about, like, back in the day, we had Quaaludes, my god! It was better than an orgasm! And so he's going on and on about, like, how nostalgic he is for Quaaludes. And just by thinking about them, he gets himself so worked up, and by the end of the video, he's like red in the face, screaming about how fucking good Quaaludes are. And there's a really good version of that, like gets like increasingly distorted every time he says the words Quaaludes. He has like the man from Boston, the man from like the big city, the man from down under, something like that. Doom Guy is apparently a born-again Mormon, and he went to hell. Checkmate, Griffin's dad. I watched one of the many versions of the Letter from Hell video. Hate that shit. Quaaludes! Depends on the orgasm. Neon Blue, I wouldn't jump the gun. Depends on the Quaalude. This is good to know, though, that this video is, like, still around, because I kind of want to, like, look it up out of curiosity. Speaking of scary things from my childhood that revisited me out of curiosity, this is, like, not a bit at all, and I wish that this was a story that I wasn't telling. When I was done streaming Sonic R last night, and I was, like, cleaning up, you know, my files on my desktop, you know, I've got pictures of Scourge and the Tails doll. When I saw that picture, it kind of freaked me out for a second. When I had to edit the video in Final Cut, you know, trim the start and end time, sync up the audio properly, and I had to look at him again, I kind of got a little bit of the heebie-jeebies just from looking at it. Like, it was actually unsettling. I did not feel very comfortable. So he's like big-time Tommy. A little bit. Oh, Tyler's got the video. You know what? This is a little bit of a low-energy kind of stream. Like, this isn't something where it's, like, super involved. I'll pop this next to the help button.
Hey, that big man's back. www.thekidfrombrooklyn.com. Never seen that signs on a highway billboard years ago? I'd walk a mile for a camel. He used to have cigarette commercials. The guy used to say I'd walk a mile for a camel. Well, let me tell all you young people out there, the big man would walk 20 miles for a
I've seen that video so many times. But like, fuck. Nothing makes me laugh that hard, that fucking consistently. Like this fucking video. Oh, too quiet? Are you sure about that? Oh, my fucking cheeks hurt. Oh. Oh yeah, there could be treasure here. Wouldn't surprise me if I missed it from this section. Oh. Fuck. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you for reminding me of that. It's a good deal funnier than a letter from hell. A little bit. Oh my god. Oh yeah, 15 damage. What do you gotta do? I dare you. I wonder if it's like off to the left here, maybe. Oh no, this is where the big rolly comes and gets you. So this is like the optional path over in this direction. Ooh. But that's like flush with the side. You have to like go into the door that like doesn't breathe. You know, the door that doesn't breathe. That one. There's like missing blocks here too, so I gotta watch for that as well. Eh? What is the purpose of this? If I don't see where that's supposed to take me to, but maybe there was like a toad that was like riding around like a little carousel. So maybe there's just not really a reason for it anymore, perhaps? I do not believe that there used to be Koopas on this path. Should have been squished. Oh. Every time I almost convince myself this is going to be the one. This is going to be the Sonic R secret. I cracked the code. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. No, this is supposed to swing me back out. Because before, this was not rising and lowering like it was in the past. Okay, Griffin. My newest ship is Keaton and Mewtwo. Wait, what? Both in terms of what the fuck you just said, and also where this treasure could be. Unless it's, like, down here. But it didn't dingle when I first entered the room. I don't know. Seems like it's around these parts. Well, this is, like, inside, but I'm pretty sure this is just where a toad is, right? Yeah, I don't get the dingle down here. So I think that strikes that off the list. Could it be a block with a treasure inside, perhaps? I don't know. I mean, there have in the past been torches that you have to, like, smack, so it's not off the table for what this could be. When in doubt, hammer. Fire! Well, I was on for Affinity, and one thing led to another. There is not for Affinity X Keaton art on for Affinity. Did I say for Affinity X Keaton? I meant there is not Mewtwo X Keaton art on for Affinity. And I would know this because I frequently check the tag in the desperate hope that somebody besides me is posting content, and nobody is. Unless it's like in the room, but I doubt it. When you get dingles, they're like for the same room that you're already in, so not yet there isn't. How very cursed of you to say. So you can't go down into the boss fight room anymore. That's just the pipe that takes you back out. What does it mean? I could swear that it's this. I bet there's like some sort of like block that you find. Or like you flip one of these and it's got one of those like Olivia abilities, and then you get like a thing up here and then you press X and then you rip this turtle off the wall. And then behind that there's a treasure, but as is, I don't know. I feel like I've interacted with just about everything that I possibly can for the time being, at least up here. Let's try coming back down here and seeing what we can find. That really is my guess for the time being. I don't know if that's at all, like, close, but it's all I have. Oh, there's no legs facing that direction. Good to know. Oh. Where is Dino Time? Gone. Whoa. But it's here. They proved it. It dingled. And yet it does not dingle down here. Like, I remember what was here. There was a toad who said that, like, he was, like, exploiting the toad, or the Koopas. So I don't think they would also put treasure down there. I don't know. Unless it's like this torch for some reason. I mean, jump and hammer is the only two abilities you get, so if it's not that, I don't know. Unless I can, like, go behind this and find something to hammer here. Let's try turning on the block finder for now, and then maybe, like, the block and the treasure is one and the same. What did I just fuck? See, this makes things a lot more likely. In terms of, like, figuring out where to smack. I was right!
Pipe!
That's all the treasures. Is that all the blocks? It is not all the blocks. Far from it. Maybe these will be easier to find, though. Because it's not, like, trying to, like, crack a secret. It's just like, okay, let's get this over with, you know? That said, speaking of pipes, I had a terrible day today regarding pipes. Yeah, I don't think I talked about this last night. So, for the past, like, maybe 3 or so days, 3 days ago, I noticed a slight smell in my bathroom. The second day, it didn't go away, and I thought, whatever this is, boy, I should really clean it up. So I went fucking all in on, like, a bathroom deep clean. I went into fucking everything. But the one thing that did not occur to me was, like, the sink in the bathroom. So I'm like, I looked up some tutorials. I'm like, okay, this seems pretty easy. You can operate this by hand. You can take this all apart and put it back together. I know what I'm doing. This is easy. And first of all, before we even get to how that went, which, as I'm sure you can imagine by me starting with the story I had a terrible day, you can imagine. But there was, like, this YouTuber guy who, you know, you click on him, he talks like a YouTuber. What else is new? He's like, what is happening, everybody? What's up, guys? Hello. Today, we are going to talk about plumbing. But, like, whenever he, like, you know, started taking stuff apart and, like, cleaning it out, he's like, whoa! Whoa, check it out, guys! Look at all this ookity gook. Take a look at all this muck and guck. Take a look at all this lookity gook. Like, he had so many, like, weird baby words for, like, obstructions. Look at all this muck and guck. Can you believe it? Fuck. I was just fucking losing it. Maybe if I paid more attention, I would have an easier time. Pipes are real? You better believe it. Or maybe it's, like, between, because this block, like, kind of telegraphed that. It's worth considering. But yeah, so I gave it a shot. Because they're just, like, little twisty things that you can do with your hands. That, like, hold the pipes together. And I was trying to get the P-trap off. And so one of them came off really easily, effortlessly. It's a little U-shaped pipe that, you know, has water in it at all times, which stops the fumes from coming through. Which I actually already knew because I watched Technology Connections. But the bit that was attached to the gooseneck, which is the bit that goes to the sewer, that part would not detach, so I wasn't able to get any part of the drain apart to actually clean. And I spent, no joke, over an hour trying to do it. And I just actually couldn't, so I gave up. And I really fucked up my hands trying to do it, too, because I was, like, pulling and twisting as good as I could. And let me tell you, as somebody who is on this series multiple times complained about wrists, wasn't a good idea. Wait, I haven't... Hold up. I've got a theory about that one as well. Can I, like, hammer this from this side? No, I don't think so. I mean, the hole doesn't represent anything. Where could it be? I mean, it dingles here. This is where it dingles at first, right? Like, this block is between these two slideys, which is what leads me to believe where the block location is. Let's think in relation to the face, because this one's not quite lined up with the sliding block, and this is to the right. So, based on how the other is misaligned, maybe that tells us where the block location is. I'm actually going to just take a screenshot of this as both a mental note and a note. Should have called Mario. Griffin, have you seen Asterius from Hades? I've seen, the dude skin so pale, like he was dying. If I said he wasn't hot, then I'd be lying. Please, handsome, don't be coy. Come on, fuck me, emo boy. There's like one dude that I see people ship Zagreus with a lot, and he wears a hood. I don't know who that guy is, but, you know, he's alright. I, however, do not know whether or not his name is, Asterius. I'm just imagining Arlo's puppet-ass hands bolting together your sink. That scares me. That's why it was fucking screwed on so tight. And we don't have any tools, so that's the only option I had at my disposal. Did you try voring the problem away, Griffin? No, I did not. I'll consider that. I kind of did something similar Sunday, but the problem was that there was a blockage after the garbage disposal, but before the U-pipe. See, that's what I think it is, because I cleaned fucking everything in that bathroom. I even did the bath drain. But I think it's the sink. Because the point of the U-trap is to stop the smells, right? And, I mean, nothing's wrong with that. But if there's smells coming from it, then it would have to be before the U-pipe. So if I can just get access to, like, the vertical bit that's, like, directly beneath the sink, that's honestly what I think it is. If I can get in there, I think it's an easy job to clean. I just can't get the fucking thing open, so I'll keep you guys updated on that as that situation develops, but not a good day one. Speaking of giving up, I have chosen to... Wait, is there a hole in this? No, there's not. I was thinking maybe I could, like, ride to another, like, interior area, because that would be pretty cool if I could. Yeah, I think only one of these has a little thing you can ride in. Unless I gotta get, like, on top of one of these somehow, but I really don't think you can. I don't think it's a possibility. Just gonna eliminate kind of every possibility here. I could use some Quaaludes right now. If there's a blockage, you can use a plunger to clear it and a drain cleaner to clean out the pipe. See, there's like stuff you can buy, but I think you could just take it apart. It wouldn't be a big deal. It'd be a cheaper problem and it would work. Based on my block suggestion, it should be right here, but it is not. Unless it's like down here. That's all I got. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't do the dingle down here. Like I'll kind of approach from over here. Ooh, maybe. Perhaps I speak too soon. Maybe next to the torch. Fuck, now that this is on the table, this becomes a much bigger problem. There's a lot more kind of empty space to work with around these parts. No, so that face puzzle that I mentioned doesn't even work down here, so I think that's off the table. A drain cleaner as in the liquid, not a pipe cleaner. I'm saying I don't think we own either of those things, so that would be a purchase. It dingles here? Watch, I bet it's gonna be there. Because you can fall onto that from up there. And there was a really shitty one in the Ice Temple, where you also had to get on top of a chest to open a block. I would recommend either of those so you don't hurt yourself trying to take apart a pipe. It really is the most Griffin way that situation could have gone, though, isn't it? Like, I just hurt myself trying to fucking twist something. And I spent an hour doing it, and it's not even like, well, I suffered, but at least it got done, you know? All in a day's work. I didn't even end up getting done what I wanted to get done. It didn't work. So that was about it. I think I could have had a more productive day if I chose other things to do. But that's where I am for the day, for October 14th. Get the Simpsons bugs. What the fuck does that mean? Are pipe cleaners actually used to clean pipes? Because as a kid, I always got them in my activity bags during church. Same! For me, it was always like an arts and crafts thing, right? I will try hammering and jumping on every single one of these little stones. On these pebbles, burning my pebbles. But I don't think this has anything to do with anything. Yeah, there's nothing you can really jump out to either. Unless it's like on the ledge like this? Boy, that sure would be stupid though, wouldn't it? And even with that logic, my funny little face mask puzzle still doesn't work. I made little fish with them. Yeah, I love activities, arts and crafts. Add fixing your sink to the list of reasons to have a hunky himbo on hand / on call, not the craft pipe cleaner. I think, based on where I live, any man that is in this town that is able-bodied enough to take out a sink would probably also murder me with their bare hands on site for being gay, so I think not. I think not. Hey, here... Got a question for you. What if there was Werehog, but Were Mario? Like, what if Mario did the same thing and that was like a trend that everybody did? A pottery stream when? Google sink pipe cleaner. I think the YouTuber that I was talking about who was like, look at all this, lookity gook. This muck and guck, yuck. I think he used like a little plastic thing. But that was some extra credit shit. I just want to make sure, I want to get the smell. First and foremost. For people who have played Hades, is posting a picture of Asterius in the Discord a spoiler? I also know there's a skeleton, but not the hot kind. Nope. Oh, Cat Mario! I guess so. There you go. Was it Jaggy Thermos you were watching? I think it was like Home Repair DIY. I forget the exact name of the channel, but it was something along the lines of like that kind of name. Oh, you can't jump on that? It's a little lame, I think. Also, I should maybe consider a mushroom, dare I say. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of these to go around. I'll post the video in as seen on. But I just like saw it on, on my phone in my browser, so I don't have it on hand at the moment. Oh, I see what that door is for. You go in it because you're going against the grain. So if you don't use that door, then you would take damage, but I've got plenty to spare. In fact, I might even use a shiny mushroom. Do you remember Jaggy? I don't know what a Jaggy is. Not Tito? Not Tito. I really thought it was Tito. There was already a block here in the lobby, so I... The thing to me is that 58% suggests that there is far more than just one block. So I could just, like, you know, look for more and come back later. It's probably the most efficient thing to do with my time. But I gotta find more dingles to make that happen. Maybe there's another symmetry sort of thing going on here. Like if I... No. I mean, it is symmetrical, but I already have both of those. I bet it's somewhere here in the, in this initial hallway. Foyer, perhaps? The secret Arlo channel? I do know of the secret Arlo channel! Where he, like, talks about, like, walnuts, and he, like, it's his human sona? Of course I know Jaggy. Eh? I am listening. I'm dingling. Death to the non-believers! Oh. That wasn't so bad. So what number does that take us to now? 67? So, I mean, that's like 2/3. Which would suggest to me that maybe there is either 6 or 9 total. Something that's divisible in thirds. Meaning that there's either 2 or 3 left now? I'll double back through the rest of this room just to make sure that there's no more dingles in here, but you could be onto something now. Yeah, it's called Jaggy. See, I know of it, but I like didn't commit the name to memory, so. I used to think these were all really easy. Like, there was a point in time where, like, there would be, like, hints as to where they were. But this block isn't, like, located in relation to anything. It's just there. Oh, no, 75%. So it could also be something divisible by quarters, or eighths. Which makes this a lot trickier. Yeah, I mean, my hands are feeling, like, better now, but as soon as I stopped, they were, like, really, like, raw and sore, and, like just running them under the water to wash my hands was, like, ah, you know? Mario, can we find another solution to this? Thank you. Ooh! That's on me. That's on me. And that other one was right near the entrance. So we know that from here, everything else is like... Mario. Soup! Uh-huh. Not Tito? Are the characters like that supposed to have names? Because I know in, like, the... What's the one? What's the Chocolate Factory one? The bunny one? It's like the three something or others. They always make... He's not a pickle. He's a zucchini. And in that one, he's called Mr. Nezer. Mr. Nezer needs all the chocolate. He's sing the bunny song. You know the one. But, like, in the VeggieTales lore, the actors all have names. You know, the cucumber is Larry, the tomato is Bob. Who's the zucchini supposed to be? That's the big question. Oh, I see. That takes you back to the door. So I've got the block in there to find, and I feel like there was one more that I also gave up on, but maybe my memory. It's not what it used to be. Alright, watch for rolling rocks. Watch for dingles. Maybe it's like right next to one of these, which would allow you to like climb on top. I feel like I've tried that a lot though. Oh shit, he said lore. I sure did. You know, is anybody gonna answer me? Within VeggieTales, it's cannibalism technically. I don't think within chocolate bunnies it would be, unless you consider like cocoa a vegetable, which I think according to the creator. Listen, if the premise of VeggieTales is to be a two-pronged approach, get kids to like religion and get kids to like vegetables, then I probably don't think that they would mind demonizing chocolate. I think in their eyes, chocolate, even if it were as sentient as the vegetables, deserves to be eaten and exterminated. His full name is Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar.
Is this supposed to be a joke?
Speaking of, though, that reminds me, I don't know where the fuck this is from. Isn't there like a, I don't know if it's like a full VeggieTales episode, but I know it's like at least a short about like a small business, like a restaurant, and then a big chain burger restaurant moves in, and their big thing is that they sell burgers as big as your head. And so the small business loses customers, but then they pray to God and then they get their business back, or something like that. I don't know, I've been on a bit of a kick, because like there's a lot of those like re-uploaded on YouTube. I'm just like rewatching all the ones that I was familiar with, because they're just interesting to talk about, honestly. And sometimes you get bits like Not Tito where I'm just like unironically enjoying it. But yeah, I don't know what that one is. And I wasn't able to find it on my own time. God, I could go for a burger as big as my head right now. I miss hamburger. Oh, fuck off, yeah. It's a reference to Nebuchadnezzar II, the former king of Babylon. I almost can't believe that, like, that's for fucking real, but, you know, at the same time, of course it is. Griffin's gotta go back to Bible study, SMH. I don't know if there's, like, any parts of the Bible I remember. Because, like, we did have a mandatory religion class. Oh, no, fuck off. There's 2 blocks in the same room? There were 2 separate dingles. Also, I think the face theory kind of does work out, because that's pretty close to where I was saying I thought it was. You could turn Keaton into a hamburger. Now that's a waste of meat. This dude just said Nebuchadnezzar like kombucha. Well, maybe that's why I didn't get such good grades in religion class. But yeah, there actually wasn't very much time dedicated to like Bible learning. It was mainly, I don't know, teachers telling rape jokes or another teacher who just like checks out, or you know, substitutes where there's like a situation going on and like, you know, some other kids are being an asshole. He's like, now what's going on over here? I'm like, yeah, this dude keeps like being shitty to me for being gay, and I am actually gay. So, you know, you're a teacher. It'd be nice if you could like stop. And he was like, now, I don't know who's really gay around here, but I'm just gonna throw my hands up and say that these guys are in the right. And he just walked away. So that was cool. I like Catholic school. Now this is a dead end. There is suspiciously nothing here. Now I know the point of this is to funnel you back towards that, but I think that there's something more at play here, that the block itself could be lurking somewhere up here. I think this is the perfect spot for a hidden block. If I were a game designer, and that's an if, it's Nebuchadnezzar. English emphasis on the second ne. Nebuchadnezzar. Did I do it right? We watched the ATHF movie during one of my choir rehearsals in a church. What is ATHF? Is that like another Christian thing? The movies they made us watch in like religion were Cyberbully, which we laughed at, and they got really mad that we were laughing at it and not taking it very seriously. And basically all of Degrassi Junior High from like the 80s, but I'm not even going to like shit on that because I genuinely enjoyed that show. Guys, there's an episode of Degrassi Junior High where they have to like care for like pretend to care for a baby, you know, one of those like sex ed things, and because you know it's Degrassi Junior High, not Degrassi Catholic Junior High, so they talk about crazy things like sex ed, and they raise a little baby egg, and they name it Egbert, and it's got a funny little face drawing it with a marker, and at the end of the episode, the egg breaks, and then I think one of the characters like actually has a baby, and I don't know whether or not there are parallels drawn to the Egbert thing as their preparedness as a mother, but that was a thing. I believe that episode, when we watched that, was also coupled with a lot of, like, I use learning materials with giant air quotes, but learning materials about, again, in giant air quotes, facts about abortion. Which, you know, makes sense, but, like, it's weird to have in Canada, because, like, that's not, I feel like, an argument. Like, even when we have conservative governments in power in Canada, they're like, no, this is like a settled matter. We're not touching this. But, boy, there's a lot of nuts who sure want to touch it. We had married life practice instead of sex ed. What is that? Married life practice? I was hoping they eat it. Shame on you, Neon Blue. That's a baby we're talking about. Little baby egg. Let me like kind of get out of range of this whole mess and then kind of walk back down the tunnel. I want to see if I get the dingle while I'm in the tunnel. God damn it, I do. But it seems like that's like the outer range of it, so I don't know. I feel like it's definitely someplace out here. Maybe it's like also down here? I don't know. I'll get back to doing what I do best. Neon Blue, can you stop? More importantly, can Paper Mario stop? If y'all are able to, like, look up, like... Sorry, I gotta scroll back up here. Nebuchadnezzar. If you were able to look up Nebuchadnezzar, the correct pronunciation and the lore, Anybody know where this block is? Cause boy, I sure would like to get all of the stuff that I wanted to stream out of the way and then be able to do the off-stream stuff as soon as I can. So that I could stream the ending of this, the true end, as soon as I can. It's about deciding how many kids you want and if you'll raise them Catholic. The correct answer was yes. I just gotta say, I love that this is the stream where we're also bringing up the religious stuff. Because when we first had this a similar conversation like this, like Catholic school memories, you know, it was like right before we found the Koopa cult, and now we're in their temple after all this time. And this happens to be just where we are now. Here we are, burning. Drive me crazy. My God. I'm gonna try hammering the ledges. That's my best guess for now. But yeah, you gotta get a search term: Paper Mario, the Origami King, question mark block locations, and then you could also add Elemental Temple. I'm sure there's like maybe like a video that like shows a quick like time lapse of all the locations. I think it'd be pretty handy. Wait a second. This bit that overlooks the slope. I'm suspicious of it. I bet that's where it is. I bet that's where they hit it, the fuckers. But then, if the dingle doesn't trigger here and it triggers there, then maybe not. Because that's like, that would be the outer part of the radius, of the Scuttlebug transportation radius. What do you think is Mario's favorite passage in Deuteronomy? Mario says, "A Goomba in the bush is worth 2 in the shoe." Hoo-hoo! I believe I actually mentioned this before in the same series, but they did the thing where the gender ratio was off, so they had sister wives instead of having gay people, and also this weird thing happened where all the non-white students happened to get paired up for some reason. It was also the same teacher as the Mark of Cain shit. I do remember you telling that story, Femi, but it is nonetheless surprising and crazy and ridiculous, and also like, of course they would do that. I bet I have to jump on top of this block, and then the block is above that block. This is my new guess. This is my new thing that I'm onto. Ooh, wrong way. I may have also mentioned that specific teacher died, Crabrave. I don't think you did, but, you know, Crabrave. I really cannot believe they've done this. And look, it still matches with the face rule, because of course it does. God damn it, they got me again. Alright, so there's definitely just one more left then. I don't know what total that makes for, but I think as far as this room goes, we are done. We are out of here. I didn't see any dingles in, this fire room, though, so we'll see how that goes. Do you think there's Scientology in the Mushroom Kingdom? I mean, but there's shrooms in the Mushroom Kingdom, so wouldn't that make them correct? Yeah, I kind of rushed through here the last time I dropped by, but let's see. Just to double check whether or not there's any dingles to be seen. Or heard. Or felt. Like maybe now that I have it equipped to go through the door, maybe I feel something in me. Maybe a hammer on the outside. Wow, no, nothing. Really. Have I ever told my Scientology story here? Jackie, I don't think you have. It's a great time to tell it, though. Nothing on this slope either. Shrooms aren't in the Mushroom Kingdom, they came from space. Well, the aliens that Scientology talks about also aren't here. They're also in space. You know what? You know where we haven't been? Let's go back to this boss arena real quick. Because the last time I went here, I think I still had, like, the treasure finder on. So this is... Maybe it was like a square little piece of cardboard that looks like something else. Just saying, it would be a great spot for one, because when you hit a brick, it becomes brown, and it would blend in with the rest of the brown. Brown bricks are the most fun you can have in an app. Really? Is it so? Okay. Oh, but wait, there's no extra room that comes after that. That just takes you back to this initial hallway. Which I'll go through, like, one more time, but... You know, from beginning to end. But at the moment, it's less of a matter of, like, okay, I can hear the notifications. And I just need to find where in this range it is. It's just finding this final little ring. Also, Neon Blue, to counter your point, even after Partners in Time, in Bowser's Inside Story, there is one shroob in a movie theater, and you talk to it, it goes, I'm not even going to attempt to mimic the shroob noise, but it's there, so they never left, they're still here. I would say they count. So during my junior year of high school, my choir went on a trip to NYC, and the first day, we were eating pizza at the place outside our hotel, and one of our classmates got lured into entering the Church of Scientology that was next door, and I had to quickly rush in and get him. Oh my god. Did they like, oh, all the enemies are back, yikes. I was half expecting that story to be like, yeah, and then they were never seen again. It's a damn shame. That's Partners in Time. No, it's Bowser's Inside Story. Look up Bowser's Inside Story, Shroob Easter egg. They're real, they're still here, they never left. Maybe not a movie theater, but like an audience. It's when Bowser goes to the castle where Midbus is. Yeah, but it being after Partners in Time only strengthens my point, because if you're saying the Shroobs can't be in the Mushroom Kingdom because they came from outer space, they live here. They got their citizenship. You know, they're a part of the Mushroom Kingdom to me. Is Origami King... Whoa! Worth $60. I'm bored at home. Well, right now I'm doing the post-game, but, Now, I would take my opinion with a very big grain of salt, because I'm also somebody who thought Color Splash was pretty good. But yeah, I would say that this is, like, my favorite Paper Mario since Super. I would, you know... People equate Color Splash and Sticker Star on the same level, because they share a lot of the same formulaic kind of beats. I like this new battle system. I like the writing. I love the music. And, you know, I don't do, like, 100% post-game for, like, every game that I stream, but I've had so much fun with Origami King in particular that that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to find, like, a secret invisible question block around here, because these environments are so well done, and they're just fun to explore. But yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm, like, disappointed by the price. Now, I'll tell you a Mario game that's not worth $60. Super Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Ultra Smash. Also, wait, I'm stupid. I may be stupid, but I'm also an idiot. Wait a sec. If I slide you down by 2, and then I do this... Oh, but you don't get 3 moves, you only get 2. Let's get a hint. Oh... I keep treating this like it's only lines, or it's only squares. I really gotta, like, start looking for more mixes. Yeah, party is definitely not. It was so sad, like that 5 stages of grief that everybody was going through, where it's like, well, you know, it's not very good now, but surely they'll add DLC and patch it and fix all the things wrong with it, right? Maybe speed up some animations? Of course they will, right? It'd be crazy not to. For what it's worth, I did enjoy the demo that went up way back of Ultra Smash. That was like back in the Bad Mike days, like sometime in 2018. I enjoyed that, but I think the problem there is kind of the same as it was with Mario Party, where there's just like not very much longevity to it. You're talking like a mobile game ad right now. When? Why? Who? Oh, I guess that's why this is here. So it's not exactly lack of block. There is more. Oof! I'm saying they're an invasive species that aren't native to the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, you could say that about Mario. He's from Brooklyn. Poor guy. God, I love looking at these things from the front. Yeah, I would say that if you're, like, looking for, like, an indication of, like, you know, the intense action that takes place, whether or not this game's worth getting, that's kind of already all been done. So this is just kind of messing around the environments for the time being. Although, it is all in service of, supposedly, a true ending that you get when you get 100%. And I'm very close to it, so... I mean, if you're on the fence about this game, I would maybe recommend doing that for your... Maybe I wouldn't. The ending is actually probably the most underwhelming part of this game. There's a lot of high moments. But I think the ending, the final boss and everything just kind of didn't hit as high for me. Dare I say, Color Splash was a bit better. I managed to get a pretty new looking Luigi's Mansion 3 for $30 on eBay. So I feel like that was a good deal. Oh, I would say so. Yeah, that is definitely kind of one of the pain points of buying digital, as I have done with this. Is that, you know, hey, that midnight launch, that instant chance to play is great. But boy, these games really never go on sale, do they? Hasn't everyone said it's not worth it? Paper Mario or Luigi's Mansion? Wait a second. What if I go up here, and then the block is like on top of this fence? Speaking of being on the fence about Paper Mario. No. But that would have been such a smart place to put it. I'm getting really stumped now, because that brings things full circle, right? I've been about to every location there is in this temple, and I haven't seen a single notification go off from this question mark block finder. Not even down here. Oh, the true end? Well, I don't know what it is, and this is probably going to be, like, the last of what I need to do before 100%ing, so I want to see for myself. Wait, what? There's another invisible block somewhere around here? And also, why did I not get that dingle the first time I tried to go through that door? See, I bet it is somewhere, like, silly, like, behind, like, these teeth. See, being under that turtle is a really good spot for it. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe it is down here. I don't know. Like, probably not, but... I don't know. With that being beneath the turtle, there was like more of a hint to it. Like a clue. I say this, but the ones that I passed over that I'm only just now finding are all kind of really like cheap and just in totally random, unexpected spots. Maybe it's like front and center? It only kicks in around here, so... I mean, that's 100%, but what is the reasoning for this? There's nothing on this side. I don't know why I'm still surprised anymore, honestly. Still a cool area, though. The Koopa cult's pretty fun. I mean, what cults? Just check it out for yourself, I mean... If I were talking like a mobile game ad, Jackie, I would be like, go to bed, go to sleep right now, open the game. Hey, I am not a fake ad. Wow, look at all these coins. This is amazing. See, that's what Mario says when he gets the invisible blocks and they give him 1,000. This is amazing. Alright, well that takes off the Elemental Temple off of the Chapter 1 list. So I think we've got the mountain. All that should be left is Picnic Road and Toad Town, and we're done, right? Yeah, like, actually, that's kind of tough to believe. Okay, good night. Alright, let's bust out the treasure finder first things first, because I feel like, you know, at least the treasure chests aren't invisible, you know? So let's go for some of that. We just bought the treasure that... What? There are more treasures to buy? Now this is a fucking treasure, a Elemental Idol? I want one of these for real. I like Toto's. That's that kid if he made a religion. Oh, okay. Well, that's all the treasures right off the bat. Back to question marks it is then. Ugh. And so it begins. Picnic Road can get pretty vast, too, so we'll see how that pans out. I'm pretty sure this area down here is just like where toads are, though, right? Like there was a toad in this little alcove? Okay. My my hope was to jump out and get thrown right back up there so I wouldn't have to, like, walk back around, but I guess not. And these are, like... Chapter 1 hiding locations. They didn't hold back with this shit. Okay, here goes. Let's see. I feel like there was some stuff that I was suspicious of back here. Like with the Wi-Fi house. Maybe it was just the chest that I was looking at. We'll see where the dingles take me, I suppose. Open the game. Stop having it be closed. Yeah, we'll kind of start from the beginning and maybe take it from the top. Although, just personally, the feeling that I get is that most of the blocks that I missed are probably towards the back half of Picnic Road, but you never know until you know. Yeah, no dingles still. Would you look at that? This is like the final batch of collectibles that there is to... Whoa! This dude fucking leaps! Alright, I'll entertain this. I will, after all, have to hone my skills for needing to get Sniff It or Whiff It, like, right... Wait a second. That's not it either. See, these early puzzles are tricky because, you know, you go to later areas and there's more complex ones where you need 3 turns. But weirdly enough, once you start going backwards and these starting areas start requiring, okay, now you gotta do this in only 2? Now it's a little bit tricky. Oh. I could do it the other way around and then, like, slide these guys? Ooh. But then they don't match up like that. Oh, I gotta use these coins. New ship Griffin, Keaton X. Oh, Lionel, why? Lionel. Oh. It's all rotations, baby. I kept, like, trying to figure out how kind of, like, get my way around this with slides. Not so.
Do it! Fucking eviscerate Mario!
Wait, this is boots. I need hammer. You ever notice that, like, the hammer fans out from right to left instead of from left to right of, like, the square that you're facing?
I just think that's interesting.
And that's what you get for trying to pull a fast one on me. They look kind of hot. I was hoping that after completing Breath of the Wild on stream, we would never have to have this conversation again. And yet here we are burning. Although, maybe it's good that I'm, like, preparing for what's to come, because I'm sure the Lionels are going to be an age of calamity. See, that's what I want to see, is that there's going to be a bunch of, like, attention on, like, the waifu anime girls. What if there's, like, a Lionel and they just animate him exactly the same? It's equality. Oh, pushovers indeed. I've got this one in the bag. I wasn't there for that, if memory serves. What, thinking Lionels are hot? Great, there's more of them. Although if somebody had to ask me, out of anybody in chat who would probably want to fuck a Lionel, yeah, I would say Neon Blue. Checks out. It all adds up. I'm like falling for like a surprising amount of these. Like these Goombas are really getting at me. So far though, no, not a single question mark dingle, which I'm surprised by based on the current totals. That was a good one. That was because it looks like a toad that you would want to pull out of the sand. That's a clever... Ooh. Okay, here we go. So it seems to me like I'm still kind of approaching a block here. Please just be in normal locations. With the Origami King? No way. Oh. Who said I would stop at 1? Them and the Yiga. See, now this I'm actually incredibly enthusiastic about. I fucking love the Yiga Blade Masters. That is extremely underrated. Good taste, Neon Blue. That's a good one. That's a good pick. And everyone got mad at me when I said that they were hot. I don't get it. They are. It's just objective. Do you see something about invisible blocks? No, just about fucking vitamin D. I think these are also going to wind up being more just like jump around and find out kind of block locations, honestly. Which is the worst kind. I will say that this is not like as enjoyable as like solving a mystery and finding the blocks based on like environmental and contextual clues. Because I'm sure like wherever this is, it's not going to be like... There's going to be no rhyme or reason to it. And when you're trying to 100%, that's not quite as fun, but... That's my choice for an ending that's not worth it, supposedly. Not gonna lie, not a fan of centaurs. Their proportions are always fucked in an uncanny way, and I hate it. Centaurs in general, I have no opinions on. I'm gonna say a soft no, but I'm not saying that like if there was a good enough human half that I couldn't be convinced, but like Lionels are just half horse, half lion. So that's no half that I'm interested in. Minotaurs, on the other hand. Oh boy, here we go. This is why Catholic schools exist! Oh shit, that's all the blocks. Meaning that that's all of Picnic Road, which is a little bit of an underwhelming way to 100% something, but Toad Town. Gotta save the best for last, of course. And by the best for last, I mean the worst for vast. Asterius is on my desktop for a reason. Oh, is he a Minotaur? I may or may not have seen that one. They're hot? Really? Really? By the way, this area is called Picnic Road. It's like a picnic, get it? Sunshine, grass, greenery, flowers? Just look at those flowers. See, this is what I want Yaoyville to look like when I'm through with it. I don't even have, like, Keaton on my desktop. I have the fucking default macOS Mojave. That's like a next level of dedication that not even I have. Maybe? Maybe. Alright, so what's on the table here? All the toads, all the holes, we got 86% of the treasures and 89% of the blocks. I think, as with before, I'm going to equip this first. But honestly, my guess here, I'm probably not even going to need it. Because usually they like to stick these things in stores, and I like to stick my nose anywhere but stores, so we'll try to go there on purpose and see what we can find. I feel like there was a really expensive peach one, but I guess I already have that. Ooh. It's nice to spend a little bit more time here, though, because I really... Don't tell anyone about this place, okay? I'm growing organic kale, and it's like a magnet for hipsters. Remember in Sticker Star, where the bit was that Kirsty kept calling Kamek a hipster? I thought that was so funny at the time. I wonder how stuff like that is going to age in this generation of Nintendo games and treehouse localization. There's a block here. That's something to be proud of. Oh, yeah, the fast travel pipes. I forgot about these. These will make things a lot easier, for sure. Oh, wow. Like, at first I was like, okay, there's like some new instrumentation. I get it. It's certainly cooler, but nothing extraordinary to write home about. But no, this final all areas complete variation is really going for it. Wait, did you say that Kale thing IRL, or were you reading Toad dialogue? No, there was a Toad who talked about hipsters and Kale. They were hiding in a secret bush in a garden. Hence why I brought up the localization thing. Oh look, he's on a piece of cardboard, so he's safe from the water. Have we ever seen a soggy toad before? I kind of want to see it happen. I want the truth. I want to sniff it. I remember that one. Yeah, I think I said he was like pissing or something. Yeah, let's start taking a look inside of some of these houses and see what we can find. Well, that's easy. Oh, very, very easy. Oh my god. Usually the blocks are harder than the treasures, so the fact that he just like accidentally walked into that one, it's a good sign. Here we go, here we go. This is it. I can't, well, no, wait. So if I give this back, I guess I don't need it anymore if it's permanently open.
Hey, you found it. I'm so relieved. You wouldn't believe the kind of demand we get here. I don't question it. I'm just the guy who opens the sewer.
Anyway, please take this as a reward. Oh, this is me. What a fitting final treasure to get. Well, great, now what? Oh, because there's one more, I guess. Could have fooled me. A fitting second last one, of course. I was gonna say, kale is like good.
Guess that makes you a hipster then.
The root veggies are... Hold on. I've been making smoothies with veggies in it and it's nice. I also tried spinach, beets, and carrots. The root veggies are more annoying though because the bigs are more noticeable. They're also a pain to peel compared to the leaf veggies, which you can just throw in. Especially beets, annoying as shit, stain everything red, but very pretty. I feel like I saw something really funny the other day about beets. No, radishes. So, oh my god. I know what ClickHole is, but I did not know that they have a YouTube channel where they make videos. So there was one that I was watching with some friends the other day, and it's like, heartbreaking. These people tell the story of the first time they ran out of radishes. I'm not going to say anything more about that, but I will link it in As Seen On, because, oh my god. That's a spectacular video. I thought getting a few roommates would liven things up around here a bit. Just don't even say anything. Why? This is nice. We stack up pretty tight, so one bed is plenty comfy. Whoa, I've never seen such strong paper, Mario. Except maybe for my Uncle Pete. He's cardboard. That's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be all about cardboard. The cardboard calamity. Oh, hey, Mario. You moving in here, too? You take care of that monster outside for us? Not that I get outside much. Toads and Goombas living together. It's like we're total opposites. Say, this gives me a great idea for a TV show that's never been done. I ain't leaving. That's a good one. Honestly, the accommodations here are better than in Bowser's Castle. I meant bits, not bigs. Oops. I'll also say there are some side effects to eating beets that are very alarming if you don't expect them. Ominous, but no further questions. I'm gonna try the firehouse. I ate like 2 whole beets in a smoothie. See, I think my favorite, you know, Itz was talking earlier about, like winter and Canada. And like, yeah, that shit sucks.
My jaw literally dropped when I read this first line.
I know streamers haven't had the best reputation lately,
But these are pretty cute, right?
oh, he's talking about the ones that wrapped around the castle. It's been so long, I genuinely, like, pugged. I just assumed. But yeah, probably will not do that anytime soon. Is there like a treasure as a reward for doing some of this like training stuff, or a dingle's a dingle? We'll see. Hey, welcome back, Mario. I've been waiting to show you something new.
The puzzle solver?
I call it the puzzle solver. Not Tito? You ever find some of those battle puzzles a bit too tricky? Honestly, who wouldn't? Use this machine to spot the best spot for enemy placement with a big ol' circle symbol. Puzzle solved? You don't even have to spend coins or anything. It just works and works and works. Talk about a good deal. No thanks necessary, just happy to be helping a real hero. What a time to get that. But yeah, I'm not seeing any treasure symbols when I approach any of this stuff, so I don't think it's related to the hunt that I'm on. Although, I believe that door is a boss rush, which is necessary for 100%, but I think I'll do that on my own time. We've seen the boss battles, we know what they look like. Ugh, Griffin. Oh my god, he pogged. It's an innocent mistake! Is there anyone in there? Right, firehouse. Also down here, maybe. That's a block. For all the wannabe gamers. For gamers who just love dirt. Do you think they'll make an Xbox One Series X that's made to look like dirt? You know, I was talking a little bit about hardware design earlier. I was just saying, you know, visually, I think the iPhone 5 looks the nicest. I like that slate black. Mwah, it's a thing of beauty. But visually, can we talk about, like, this console generation? Because I feel like there's, like, two, like, very big extremes on both ends. Where, like, Microsoft has gone extremely safe and extremely boring. And then Sony has gone, like, extremely, like, weird and experimental.
Unsurprisingly, though, I think the PS5 looks really cool.
Very curious to see how that's going to age, though. And if that's going to, like, be, like, contemporary or not. Ooh, I should go up there on the roof. Maybe there's something over here. More like Family Guy phone. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah, that's my boss. Oh, no, I said that the bit here was that the snippet sounded like Nathan Fielder, right?
Hello, Mario.
It seems I'm once again in your debt. You rescued my loyal employee. Now then, allow me to offer you a good deal on confetti. It's the least I can do. I don't want to. No. I own 99% of the confetti supply? Which generation? The new ones. Series X and PS5. Says the Apple sellout. Well, I mean, you can have a favorite iPhone even if you're not an Apple fan. Like, you can just, like look at list of all iPhones and, you know, which one is the nicest. Then, you know, you can decide that for yourself. You might not buy any of them. You might not like the software, but, you know, just in terms of the visual appearance of the hardware. Lowest tier iPhones, though? The iPhone 6 design. And the one that they reused for the 6 and the 6S and the 7 and the... There wasn't a 7S. There was an 8, though, and an SE2. And they all sucked. Just the antenna lines. My god, what were they thinking? Ugh! And the white fronts with the gold back. Ugh! Now, black front and gold back I can get into. Especially black and rose gold. That's kind of always been the personal iPhone dream of mine. But that one, ugh! That was a dark era. Only an Apple fan would look at a list of iPhones for no reason. I'm gonna make a tier list maker, and you will all be forced to participate. I like, yeah, oh my god, it does look like Kaiba! I like the PS5 Kaiba design, Xbox looks bland. Yeah, honestly, like, and it's big and bland too, it's just boring and ugly. Like, it takes up all this space, doesn't even do anything! Just plays games, my god! I think the way they like did the internals is kind of neat, but I don't think it's really a solution, a suitable replacement for like design. I got an Xbox One so I could play Viva Pinata / The Rare Replay Collection, and I assumed I would be able to get other games, but in the many years since I've gotten an Xbox, I've literally only got one other game. I don't think there's any treasure in here, is there? Xbox honestly sucks ass, so many ads? Well, I hear that that's what they're doing with Windows too now, right? There's just ads baked into the default apps. Of course you would know what Kaiba looks like. Yeah, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! For a little bit.
And I will never forget the very brief time of my life that I had 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then I had the card that mixes them up, and I had the card that had, the one that combines them into the 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then I like dropped them and they fell down like a little crack in like the house that I used to live in, between like the stairs and the wall. And they're probably still down there to this day.
I'll never get them back. There were also like 3 god cards, and I had Raw and maybe one other. So that was also pretty base. I had a good fucking collection going. I had some good ones. I don't know where any of those are though nowadays. Like, because I don't remember selling off my collection, but this definitely sounds like another one of those things that my parents just kind of got rid of or sold off unbeknownst to me and then pocketed the money for themselves. Windows isn't like that, actually. No, isn't there like a version of Solitaire that has like ads now? I think Windows has default apps, but you can't disable all of them. There's like there's like default weather apps and news apps that have like ads in them that are by Microsoft as well. Stuff like that, right? At least with Windows 8 that was the case, but they might have gone back on that. I'm sure that that's like a big deal of backlash. But also, when does Microsoft listen to anything? Wait, is Minecraft a default app in Windows now? Also, you know what? What if Peach's Castle counts as Toad Town and there's a treasure there? Also, oops. You have to go to the sewer still to get there. Or at least to the crater where Peach's Castle used to be. Ooh, there we go. There is only one thing you need a computer for, and that is to play the funny little game we all know and love. Whoa! Was this like... This stuff definitely wasn't here before. This might have been like less detailed, but this is a good fucking illustration. I love this. Hold on. Now we match. That's cute. Whoa! Look at all this shit! Oh, I love this. Guys, Bowser is so cool. Oh no! He's eating them! That's a cute smile. Well, even if the treasure doesn't wind up being in Peach's crater, I'm glad I came through here to get there. Because that was a great little detail. When does that show up? Is that only when you, like, unfold Bowser? Alright, I've still got the treasure tracker on, right? Just to be sure. Yeah, okay, we're good. Ah, but this counts as a separate room. Well, if I have all the invisible blocks, then this final treasure could only be in a place that is in a chest or in a character. Blocks are off the table. But so far, no dingles, which is what's concerning to me. I like the music here, though. What's especially concerning to me, too, is that I don't know which one it is that I'm missing. And I feel like the first time I came through here, after finding Luigi, I was already pretty thorough, but I'll give it a quick little... Maybe not a comb, but like a brush, you know. Just to give myself like a reasonable guess as to whether or not there is treasure here, which I really don't think there is. Unless it's like related to like this walled off area here, but I don't know how I'd get to a place like that. Unless, wait a second. I've got a bit of a theory about that one as well. Unless you can walk on the flower beds. Which you can do. Wait, what? Oh. Ow! Because you can see that the flower beds keep going around. Well, I'm out of ideas. Let's get out of here. I will say, if Linux had more compatibilities, then I would just use that. Right now, I only use Windows because it's so much more compatible with shit. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Unless something to the left or right, maybe? That would be a great spot for just a treasure chest just, like, sitting there, ripe for the taking, for the plundering. This is, like, a much smaller circle from the outside here. Maybe it's, like, in a tower? That's right! I forgot about this exit route! This could also be a good place for a treasure chest. God, I love like the speckled texture that they give to this paper to give it like that stone kind of quality. Love that shit. Oh, we're going back down now. Okay. That takes us here. And treasure? Treasure. Mario better get some fucking treasure right now. There's one, but there's just one more. And it won't dingle! I use fucking Chrome OS for work, though. And that's fucking hilarious. You're right, it is. I see a weird amount of Chrome OS apologists. I will never understand why anybody defends that as a viable operating system. I'm curious what Fuchsia's gonna be. Assuming Google doesn't cancel it like they just fucking canceled Google Music. Maybe I just didn't check all of the houses? I'll have to make sure to double do that, I suppose, but... And it's even more bizarre to me that the sizable foothold that it has in education. Because isn't there, like, actually kind of a lawsuit going on right now where they're collecting all this student data, and the schools are requiring students to use, like, Google Classroom and their Google Chromebooks and all these Google things, and the parents don't get a say. Nobody gets a say whether or not this data gets sucked up. So I don't know at what point that is, but I heard it was a thing. See, I bet it's got to be in one of these houses, because I'm not recognizing all of these. They definitely haven't been in every single home. Home sweet home. I'm never going outside again. That'll serve you well, Toad. In current year. I was already in the big one over there, but how about this little baby one? This itty bitty one next to it? No, this is where the block is. Right up there. But there is this Toad who's just fucking wasted. Home sweet home. I'm gonna bunker down until this Origami festival nonsense settles. Frankly, this Toad also has the right idea. A good door opening sound, though. There's something about it that feels like very, like, violent, like Mario's kicking the door open, but only like a little bit. Just a little rougher with that door than he ought to be, I think. Chrome OS is usable if you only use web browsing, so I can see its usefulness for people like that, who just need email, or like cheap-ass mass-produced shit for education. But it's shit in so many ways it actually makes me appreciate Windows and even iOS more. Oh, I already, like, came around full circle. That's already all the houses. So where? Wait a second. I've got a theory about that one as well. What if it's out here? This still counts as Toad Town, right? Until I go through like a transition screen, I think this is all considered Toad Town.
So there could very well be the faint chance that there's a chest somewhere out on this road to Toad. The Dingles will decide. The Dingles have spoken. Alright, new strategy. I've been to all the houses, I've been up and down every single road. I'm gonna go to the museum, find the number of the treasure that I don't have, and find where that is. I have a dinky little Chromebook that I use only for web browsing, and since that's all I do with this thing, it's serviceable. Not good per se, but serviceable. Like, I get it. I get why it's a thing. It exists solely because it's cheap. At least as far as, like, the education space. But I just remember, I was getting out of high school just as they started to transition into this shit. Because I remember when I first, you know, went to Catholic school, at least here, you know, in the small town that I grew up in, we just had, like a lab of, like, Windows XP or 2000 or whatever PCs. And that was it. And we would do, like, little typing word per minute test thingies. And I really enjoyed those. But, like, last year of high school, they transitioned our entire fleet of, like, little netbooks to, like, Chromebooks. And I was fucking furious. I hated using those things. Like, I brought my own laptop to do my schoolwork, and they, like, still were like, you should use the Chromebooks, though. And boy, did I ever make a stink of it. Can I go behind this house? There's, like, negative space back there, but I don't think I can actually go there. Also, this is not the museum, on account of the giant fucking hammers. The thing that gets me, though, that really gets me, even as just a web browser, is the lack of volume mixer in the OS. Google tends to have that problem in a lot of its stuff, I've noticed, but I also know it's not just Google. But when shit doesn't have, like, per-app volume controls, it drives me up a fucking wall, or, like, per-person audio balancing. Yeah, Femi, it's interesting that you mentioned that feature specifically, because I was talking about that with Max recently, and it's like, oh yeah, this one thing is super, loud, so I have to turn my volume way down, but that means you're super quiet. Is there any way you could turn your input up to undo the quietening that I've done on the universal volume? If any of what I have just said makes sense. And then Max, I had to, like, explain to Max, who is big into Windows, as, like, a musician, you know, for the work that they do. And they were like, wait, you're kidding me, right? That's, like, not a thing? They were just blown away, like, how that's a problem. Although for Mac specifically, I don't know what if there are, like, third-party solutions to that or not, but I'm sure there are. And who knows, maybe it's a similar situation with, like, window snapping, how that's a feature Windows has that you would think would be, like, just kind of a thing that every operating system has, but there's little things like that where, like, Microsoft actually has a patent on them so that only Windows can use them. But as far as that relates to individual audio controls, I would have no idea. There it is, the last treasure. Wait, what? And then trophies. So this is that awful 100% stuff that I want to do off stream, because, oh, fuck this. Hit every question. Wait, what? Didn't I do this? Catch the legendary Cheep Cheep or the legendary Blooper. A perfect score on Shy Guys finish last. That could be a fun stream on its own, but I don't think I'll be able to do it within 2 hours is what worries me. 100 points in the Shuriken Dojo. Every coin on Eddie River, fuck off. Collect every collectible treasure. 16 levels in Speed Rings at the Battle Lab. Every level of the Ringer. The Art Gallery collection. Didn't I already do... One thing, itsy bitsy little snag can be found somewhere in Toad Town.
So this is number 15. This 58 out of 60 is what's concerning to me because chapter 3. That's right, chapter 3. I said this at like the beginning and I got like totally like sidetracked by like chapter 1 in the desert and in Shroom City. So there's 2 that I'm missing. You know what? I'm not getting anywhere with this. I don't know where number 15 is. I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get those because this is a problem. I am determined. I am determined. Well, I'm already in the museum, so it's good for fast travel. To get all of the non-trophy shit by the end of tonight. That's the plan. Number 3, Monkey Encounter. I think Apple just expects you to get your own mixer or something. Yeah, I've had to... It's a situation I've had to explain multiple times. There's a bunch of, like, weird little Mac workarounds that I do to get my streaming set up, and not all of them are good. I'm sure even as far as Mac goes, there are better solutions, but definitely as far as what I do, I've certainly, you know, raised a lot of eyebrows in explaining my streaming workflow. Isn't there, like, a way to, like, whistle your car to you? No. Does every button on the D-pad do this? Oh, here it is, the whistle. But if you're in a G call, or whatever the Google video call thing is, if one person is loud, you just have to let them blow your fucking ears out because you can't adjust volume individually. Really? Is it still Hangouts? How did Google drop the ball that hard? Because that was actually, like, a really good tool. I mean, as was Google Plus in my opinion, but I'll let that slide. But, like, didn't they, like, kill Hangouts recently? And they're killing Duo and Allo? Like, there's some Google things that I actually enjoy, but then they just fucking kill them. Alright, so I'm on the hunt for treasure right now. There's one out here, and there's one in Shroom City. So let's see what we can find. It's probably definitely worth getting a software mixer just for regular use. I'm sure there's good free ones for iOS, considering how many people use that, but we're talking Mac OS. I don't think iOS would have, like, third-party audio mixers. Not that I would really need that, because I think for most things you're really only ever using one app at a time. But I think with the very locked down permissions that iOS has, they just wouldn't, like, allow that kind of thing to have that kind of access to, like, what you're doing. However, the Mac OS is going to be a different story. Because even if we're talking just addressing the problem of how do you get your output to OBS, I already have to use a third-party thing for that. That creates, like, its own output, and then I take that output and my headphones output, and I mix them in what is called a multi-output device, which is a software solution that just has them output simultaneously. I thought the computer OS was also called iOS. You would make Craig Federighi very upset with that comparison. But boy oh boy, does macOS Big Sur sure look a lot like iOS. Also, there is treasure down here, believe it or not. Do I need to dig? No. Do I dig in the meat? Can I beat the meat? It's really disappointing that he can't just, like, tear open the meat. So there's something in here. But where? It's ringing specifically around here. Can I dig in the snow? Wait, no. It's on top. It's on top. Hold up, hold up. I think I destroyed what I needed. But I see. This is one of the secrets where they're, like, nice to you and they give you, like, a really clear hint. So if I go in the pipe and then come back out, I think that resets all, like, the smashable things. Man, I said this before. during the Apple event keynote that I did the other day. I can't fucking stand Alan Dye. I don't know why, but he's not Johnny, and already, what little I know of him, he's making terrible decisions. Because, I mean, we're talking, you know, what's your favorite iPhone? They're just nice-looking devices. It is, after all, my passion. And so, I don't think graphic design is Alan Dye's passion. Although, technically, I think he's in charge of human interface design. Now, I don't think Johnny Ive is necessarily a Scott Forstall. You know, the transition from iOS 6 to 7 visually was a very rocky start. I think many can agree. But, like, the later era of that definitely came into its own. And maybe if we give Alan Dye a break, then he'll get better. But whoo boy, am I not interested in these growing pains. Guys, 64 the gamer number. And that's all the blocks and all the treasures in one go. So that's handy. I will say, I can't speak about Google, but hypothetically, I think the reason... What's the boost button again? No, it's ZR. I just gotta hold it for longer. Hypothetically, I think the reason big companies just make head-ass decisions is because the product decisions are made almost entirely at the top level by people who are very, very, and I cannot emphasize this enough, very out of touch with regular people who actually use the products. Well, speaking of Johnny Ive, because this is the thing, he recently left the company, and he used to be in charge of hardware, software, and human interface design. It was him and one other person who I think came on when he was designing the Apple Watch. Like, I don't know if I've talked about this story, but it's some juicy Apple rumor drama, so I'll get into it. So this is something that I have been kind of saying, kind of nudging for years, is that, you know, Apple's making all this crazy ahead of its time AR technology. They've got LiDAR in the new iPhone now, and it's like, are people really going to use that in an iPhone? Maybe. I think using it for photography is a good play, better than the play that they made with putting LiDAR on an iPad, but like, this is the thing. They're miniaturizing it, they're perfecting it, they're improving it, they're mastering it. And they've done this not just with LiDAR, but with a bunch of like underlying, under-the-hood AR technology. For years they've done this. Positional tracking, occlusion, all sorts of crazy shit. AR kit, making a platform for people to like deliver and publish AR content. On the phone, on the iPad, I don't think anybody's really going to want to like hold their device out at arm's length and just like, you know, scan around like it's the Wii U Google Maps app. However, if you put that in an AR headset hardware, now you're talking. Suddenly all these software technologies come together in what could be a really compelling product. So this is what I've been saying for years. And what's coming out of the latest rumors is that, like, God, I fucking love Shroom/Sniff City. This is around the time Johnny Ive left, is that they are working on a device like this, but there were, like, really serious disagreements going on at the company over, like, what the form factor of the product should be. And so there was one half of the development group who made, there's, like, multiple prototypes, and one prototype that they were really spearheading was kind of like a Wii U solution, where you would have a stationary device that's, you know, it's plugged into the wall, and then it would, like, wirelessly transmit the, like, the video or whatever, you know, the visuals, to the headset. And by doing this, they would, like, be ahead, like, in terms of graphics and immersion, and just pure, you know, horsepower of any other dedicated AR headset. But Johnny was really against this, and I think for me personally, I'm kind of on the side of this Wii U thing. But, you know, the Wii U was, after all, the Wii U, so fair enough. But, like, the latency from, like, the Wii U box to the gamepad is faster than an HDMI cable, so I'm confident that that wouldn't, like, even be bad. But supposedly Johnny Ive's worry was that, like, people were gonna get too immersed. Like, he was, like, scared of, like, what it was going to do to society if they made, like, something that didn't have shitty graphics And I guess also just as like a user experience kind of perspective, he was really against like making people have to like have this separate thing to carry around with them to use the device, which is a fair argument, but first gen, that's how it is. I don't know. But you know, lo and behold, shortly later, the dude leaves the company, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that kind of product strategy plays out with that kind of device. We really don't know what kind of shape it's gonna take, and you know, there seems to be a lot of controversy surrounding its existence, so that's gonna be cool to see unfold. Anyways, which would hypothetically explain my YouTube trips over its dick in a massive way every 4 to 8 weeks. It really is every 4 to 8 weeks, isn't it? God. Also, I think this is another situation where the block and the treasure is like one and the same. Like if I switch to this, I think it's gonna be like kind of pointing me in the same direction here. Literally anything good comes from like the lower people taking the high level shit and actually making it functional. I cannot get over hypothetically having someone 3 levels above me explaining in a group meeting a brand new feature idea which was basically Twitch bits as a new and exciting concept in 2019 when it's been a feature of live streaming platforms that existed before Justin TV even existed. God. I remember that. I do watch like the Google I.O. made by Google events. You know, I keep up with everybody really. And like, yeah, they pull a lot of shit like that sometimes. Wait a second. About the grass, about the grass, you say? I feel like I remember this hint, and I like wasn't able to figure out what the fuck it meant. Like, who knows? Maybe the hint that he's giving me is like about a toad, and I've already found it, so it's like no longer a relevant clue to what I'm trying to find right now. But, God, what does it mean? That said, I'm not getting any question mark dingles around here, so I think the treasure that I'm looking for actually is independent from the block this time around. Which is even more confusing then, because then it's got to be like tied to an NPC somewhere. Somewhere. Face second. So it's not you. The person is corruption and face a punch up. How come I didn't get invited? Yeah, uh-huh. If it's not a chest, if it's not a block, if it's not an NPC, then what could it be? Something weird about the grass. I get all 4 corners of this thing, because this is directly like 2 times bigger on all sides. So I don't think that's hiding a block. I think we can rule that one out as being related to anything. Something weird about the grass. About the grass. Let's get closer to him, though. I don't know, and as far as I can tell, too, the treasure seems to have like a very like small range of dingle. Like, if I'm down here, it doesn't go off. Only when I go up here, it does. Do I gotta, like, bonk this lamp? Now that could be something. If I, like, hammer over the edge, maybe? But again, I don't think it's a block, which is extremely confusing to me. There's hammer, confetti, and jump. And talk, but I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that to get my way into a treasure. So if I'm approaching from this side in theory, does the treasure dingle? Ooh, okay, that's a much bigger range. This seems to suggest treasure then. That it's somewhere like in the grass. Whoa, whoa. That's right, the digging! Because this is like the only partner that has like any actual utility. Of course! This one's on me.
This is a smooth-brained moment. Ah! Golden Sniffet statue. That felt satisfying to crack, though. That's a cool way to hide one. Meaning, all that remains is blocks, and then it's back to the Toad Town mystery for that one treasure. But unfortunately, I can't bring you with me. So we'll do one more little tour around here and see where we do get the dingle. And if not, then the hotel. Although, that's like a loading zone. So that might be considered a different area on the map. They're kind of in the order you find them. No, I think it does count as Shroom City. Right, I remember there being like a toad back here, but I don't think that's related to any blocks at this point nowadays. Executive ideas are hypothetically one of three things. 1. Feature that has existed forever. 2. Getting a big company to give us money. Or 3. Slashing creator revenue share rates. That is, yeah, that's really on the ball, Femi. You know what, I'm gonna say something controversial. I think that this city was better off when the sun was gone. I just feel like this would be a very unpleasant place to... You know, the lights don't even go anywhere. They don't blast off into the sky. There's... Look at this. You don't even care about these Christmas lights during the day, but at night, ooh, that shit dazzles. Unless it's near this really big tree. Then I think. Or it could be inside of one of these areas. But we'll probably check out the hotel next for blocks. There's a couple hammerable looking things in here. But I'm not getting any, like, suggestions. So I think we can rule this one out. Yeah, this is just, like, for treasure. Gotcha. Hotel it is, then. Nice of Professor Toad to invite us over to his hotel. Gay Babom? Gay Bobby? I forgot this was a thing. This hasn't been my first time revisiting Shroom City, but the sheer passage of time makes it a bit... See, I gotta be careful not to break these, because I accidentally did before, and I keep thinking that you need to, like, use them to get out of the window or something. I don't think that's the case anymore. There's no dingles, but I'm going to remain very fucking careful about what I break here. And same for this room, too. Although this leads to a block that I've already been to, I'm pretty sure. I mean, this looks like it certainly could be something. And yet... God, I love the fucking didgeridoo in this. It's a block, but it's not the block. But you would really think that it's just up there for symmetry's sake. Because that's often the route that they go. Either there's an environmental clue, or you just gotta rely on, like, where the other invisible blocks have been. Which, fair enough, that's like a bit of a 2D Mario philosophy, so that checks out, but I don't know. It's also proven itself to be never consistent either, so sometimes you just gotta move on and keep looking. But there's two things left to, like, look for ever. One block, one treasure, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm scared. I'm scared. But no dingles, so I guess. Doesn't matter. And I could swear that I've already, like, checked all the guest rooms, but, like, God. I'm running out of places to look! That's the scary thing, is that, like, when you're done combing an area and you're like, oh. At least I'm getting something out of this. Is that if you can't find something where you currently are, you can at least try to reason that, like, oh, well, maybe it's just in another room and I'll keep looking. When you run out of places to look, that's when all shit, when it all hits the fan. Like, just to confirm, I've got the right thing equipped, right? I do, I definitely do. Which, again, only makes this more anxiety-inducing. We've got one hallway left, we've got 2 doors. This does not bode well for little old Griffin. If this is the professor's room, maybe there's lore of some kind. There's not lore. There's not blocks. There's one room! It's gonna be empty and I'm not gonna be happy. Okay, cool, now what? So that covers the hotel, that covers the city, covers the balcony. Doesn't cover the pool, though. I'm still very married to this little theory of mine. I'm personally excited for your reaction to the true end after all this effort. You know, Femi, it helps to be motivated in the now by not thinking about what the ending actually is, what the payoff to this is. If there is disappointment, it'll come sooner or later. But for now, I need something to fucking desperately cling to. I do have one more idea. That being, how long are the VIP corridors on the sides at the very, very beginning? Slash, is it in here? Slash, is it in the cafe? I mean, you guys, oh my god, they were roommates. You guys don't give block. That's not a thing that can be done, right? So, I think I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I mean, there's a thing resting on the table, so bingo. Bingo! Alright, so I think that right there 100% is Chapter 3. Meaning, it's just one fucking treasure in one fucking Toad Town. Do-da-dee-da? You've earned the question mark block head trophy. Do not be afraid of disappointment, Griffin. Visit the Musée Champignon to check it out. There's no point in being afraid of the inevitable. I'm just saying that if I delude myself into believing that it's something that's been worth all of this, then that'll be, like, better to, like, keep me scooting through the desert.
speaking of the musée, this pops me right back out. So, right here in Toad Town. So let's see. I'm no longer looking for a block. Blocks are done. I'm a real blockhead. There aren't, like, any other rooms that branch off of this chamber, right? Nah, okay. Nah. New trophies. Will you give me treasure?
Great news, Mario. I received one or more of your trophies.
God damn it. You need to find all the blocks to get the...
If my curator calculations are correct, the number of trophies you have yet to earn is...
8!
Wait, but... Did that count as the treasure?
I need to look back at the map. It did not. It just looks very, very similar. Some new pieces on display. So you don't give me anything. Treasure-wise. That has nothing to do with this. Maybe if you get all the... I mean, I'm trying to think of, like, other 100% things that would, like, give you a treasure. But this is, like, what the trophies are for, right? So... I think so long as I'm in here, I'm barking up the wrong tree. It's just gotta be in Toad Town, though. It'd be nice to have a car to drive around here, actually. Come to think of it, if they are going to do the whole all Toads bit for the next Paper Mario, and let's be honest, they will. We've never had like a Toad City before. It's always like this small little village. I mean, this is the biggest... Jar Jar's the funniest character we've ever had yet. The biggest hub we've ever had in a Paper Mario game. But I think it'd be cool if it was like New Donk, but like the concept art from the Odyssey art book and it was populated by toads. Be kind of fresh. I'm gonna make sure that I get concerningly close to every The docks! I haven't been to the docks. See, there's two. There's one with Monty Mole, and one where you go to the boat. And I bet it's near the boat. It's not near the boat. But there's like an engine. There's engine people, right? Maybe they could give me like a trophy of a. I need a boat. It's not at the docks. New Toad flavored Captain Crunch. When? What do you think Toad tastes like?
That's my dick, Luigi!
Oh, I was hoping I can bonk this window open and that would be like another like escape route. Maybe a new part of the hub I've never been to before. Be a really easy answer to a very tough problem. Because you could do it on this window, but I guess maybe it was always open. Yeah, I think that would just actually spit me out into the sea if I did jump out that window. More importantly, what does Toad feel like? Well, like paper, of course.
Of course, silly.
I'm getting desperate. I'm getting real desperate. Can I, like, buy a treasure from you? But even shops will set the thingy off. You know what? I'll get the Rapid Espresso, though. That'll make navigating a little bit easier on me. Just gonna scoop back here real quick. Yeah, it doesn't set anything off back here. Wow, that really doesn't last very long, does it? See, that right there. That right there is the fucking AirPods business model. Because they ran out and now I gotta buy another one. Rapid Espresso, indeed. This was making a fortune. So I've been in there. That was the last block. I've been in here. Gave him that. Got the Mario treasure. I guess I haven't, like, re-talked to these guys. I want to push my hand into a toad head and feel it crumple like the soft mushroom flesh it is. I do not doubt that the toads taste terrible. Like, actually inedible. Not because of nutrition, but because they're impossible to consume without vomiting. You think the toads are stinky, is what you're getting at, Femi.
You think they're stinky?
Mario says, you're stinky. Where comes from a tree? I don't know. That covers that zone, though. Oh, this goes all the way to the shop. That's right. And I went, like, up all of this. That dude just tells me about hearts. So, yeah, let's go back around here. It's probably somewhere, like, near the front, I guess. Do I need to, like, spend a certain amount of coins? It really feels like it's a shop-related thing, but I also don't get a dingle when I talk to you, so I don't know. I don't get anything in here, yeah. Yeah, I will buy a 1-up while I'm here. I don't think I have one of those. And I would like many. You can only have one at a time, so I'm right about that. Where does this go again? I don't think I've gone down this. Hold up, where in Toad Town is this gonna take me? I was really, like, very cautiously excited there because it was, like, doing, like, a loading zone. I was like, oh, is this, like, a sub-area within Toad Town that I've, like, never, ever bothered going? Nope. No, it was just back to Chapter 1. I really am beginning to think that the treasure that I'm missing is somehow related to... I mean, if it is, I will still have guessed correctly. Paper Mario. Like, I've gone in circles around this town like 3 times. I have no idea where it could be if it's not like a reward for doing like those challenges. Treasure. Treasure 15. Oh, 15 was actually the first result. Apparently 15 and 22 are very tricky to get. You wanna know? You wanna know what it is? Wait, another new thing? What the fuck is the timer extender? What is this? Are you tired of the old battle timer hitting 0 before you're finished lining up your enemies? Well, this doodad will automatically pull some of your coins. Oh wait, this is actually good. To bump that timer back up once per turn. It even has a bankruptcy blocker function that lets you set a cap on the amount of coins it pulls. You can set it up by... Oh, okay. Well, that's good. If I, like, leave and come back one more... Is there, like, more crazy shit this guy's got for me? Because I was probably meant to revisit this over the course of a playthrough, but... No, okay, you're done. To get Treasure 15, you have to defeat every boss in the Bossatronic. Oh, like all of these? Ooh. Ooh. Quick, does anybody have a match? And lots of gasoline? If there's no number 15 to collect, then I can't be... It's not my fault if it got lost in the fire. Just ignore it. Just pretend it's just not on the list. Just make number 16 the new number 15. Just put everything down by one. Just go. All the trophies. There you go. It's easy. Anyways, I guess that was definitely Paper Mario for tonight. I was briefly considering whether or not I want to do the Bossatronic on stream. I don't think I will. It's just repeated content, so I'll probably do that on my own time, which is a shame because I think getting all the treasures would have been really satisfying. Which means Mario still kind of was the last one, except he wasn't because I had to go to Chapter 3. I'm still wondering whether or not to do a Sniffer to Whiff It rerun, because I technically didn't do all like the difficulties of all the versions of that, although I did go through quite a few of them. But that might be worth doing. I'm still sitting on that, maybe. But yeah, as far as blocks hunting and treasures hunting goes, we're done here. So either tune in next time for the ending or suffering, or quite likely both. But I guess until then, that has been the stream for tonight. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube at The Full Galaxy, where all the VODs are, plus highlights and more. You can also subscribe to me here on Twitch if you particularly enjoyed the stream / want me to play Hades. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Pillowfort, and Discord. There is a Discord server with all sorts of channels you guys to hang out with on and off stream. And if any of that interests you, you can check out the links to everything that I just mentioned in the Twitch cards below if you're watching this live or in the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. That's been it for me. God, I spent 3 hours on Paper Mario alone. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.